Hola a todos, bienvenidos de vuelta al canal. Hoy vamos a estar jugando What Remains of Edith Finch, lo que queda de Edith Finch. Pues vamos a empezar. Ok. Estamos en un bote. Ok. ¿Cómo movemos?
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning.
Empezaré por el principio, por mi casa. El audio no está en español, pero los subtítulos sí, entonces a ver si con eso es suficiente. Siempre hay que ver atrás primero.
Someone had put up a chain link fence, but it looked like I wasn't the first person.
Dice alguien había puesto una cerca de alambre, pero creo que yo no era la primera persona en saltarla.
My brother Milton disappeared when I was 4. It was like the house just swallowed him up.
Ok, mi hermano Milton desapareció. Ok, Milton Finch. Ok, ahí está la casa.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Ok, su buzón, una casita pequeña.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Ok, facturas viejas.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Ok, su hermano Louis también murió.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked.
Ok, tenemos esta llave misteriosa.
Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Misterio. De Finches. Veo dos caminos. Vamos por abajo. Ah, no es un camino, es una especie de riachuelo.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it.
Que acabamos de...
But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Acabamos de heredar la casa y esperamos que nos dé respuestas.
The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something but never do.
Y otro de estos panfletos de perdido. Ahora vamos del otro lado a ver si... Ah, mira, veo como un venado. A ver si nos falta algo de este lado. Ah, está bloqueado.
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
Ok, entonces a fuerzas teníamos que irnos por abajo. La casa.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it. I asked Edie once about the dragon in the pond. She said it had killed her husband.
Ok, este dragón mató a alguien.
I was 6. It seemed like an odd joke to me, even then.
Aquí ya no se puede pasar.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Ok. Hay como un sótano.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't. Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
Esta silla volcada. La otra está ahí en el jardín. Ya escuchan las ranas.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Ok. Nos metimos por ahí.
The power had been turned off the night we left.
¿Qué? ¿Desde el día que se fueron? ¿Cortaron la electricidad?
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home. But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
¿Quién es la familia? Edith, la abuela Edie el hermano Lewis y Don. Y Lewis es el que murió.
Like how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
Que no soy muy fan de la comida china.
Or how after Louis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Okay. ¿Por dónde van? Tienen muchos libros.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
Que se marcharon deprisa.
It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture. My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
¿Querían llevar a la abuela a un lugar para ancianos? Qué bonito lugar.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
Okay.
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
¿Qué es la casa original? Muchas cajas estaban empacando cuando se fueron.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
¿Qué tal ese era el misterio? ¿Cómo va?
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Okay. Bárbara. Que hay 3 hijos. Así son Edith, Lewis y Milton, ¿no?
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Nada más desapareció sin que nadie supiera de él.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night. After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Calvin.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Pasó 7 años compartiendo cuarto con su hermano muerto. Calvin, Gregory.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
¿Qué se está espiando en el baño? Ren y Eddie.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Eddie es la abuela, ¿no? ¿Algo por aquí?
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Ok, Bárbara.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Están pintando todo eso.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Ok. Entonces no podemos entrar ni al sótano ni al ático.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Un cuarto abierto.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room.
Tío abuelo Walter.
I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
¿Qué es la casa que se hundió?
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Ok.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Milton. Ok, ¿dónde estás, Milton? ¿Será que lo vamos a encontrar?
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
¿Qué tenemos aquí? Esta es la de Molly.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
¿Dónde está? Ahí está, la mirilla.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Sí, ver más detalle, ¿no? Porque probablemente la ves de esta forma, seguramente nunca supo que estaba esta pintura aquí. Y ahora lo puede ver todo. Tiene una granja de hormigas. Le gustaban los animales. Tiene un pececillo.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here. Before my mom sealed the doors.
Okay, Molly Finch.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Okay, despertamos hambrientos. Ahora vamos a comer a nuestro hámster. Ah, no.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Que eso te sació, querida Molly.
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
Ay, pero tenemos hambre.
My Halloween candy was all gone.
Ok, ¿qué más hay por acá? Uy, nos vamos a comer a nuestro pececillo.
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Ok, no nos vamos a comer a Christopher. Algo del baño, tal vez.
I ate a lot of things that night.
¿Qué son de plástico?
I kept eating and eating.
Todo esto le va a caer mal en el estómago. Le gusta leer mientras está en el baño.
Then I heard chirping outside my window.
Ah, ¿nos vamos a caer de la ventana?
It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
¿Se habrá caído de la ventana?
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
No sé dónde brincamos. Navidad, ¿cuándo dijeron que era? 13 de diciembre. Hay una estatua por allá.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Aquí están ahí en su cuarto. ¿Hacia dónde vamos? Ah. ¡Qué pajarillo!
I jumped and I almost got her.
Está en la mesa.
I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
Ok, tenemos mucha hambre. Somos un gatito hambriento.
I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
No entiendo.
Rabbits.
ahí está.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine. through
Okay.
my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
¿Qué vamos a comer ahora?
A mama rabbit.
¿Dónde? Ajá. Ah, ya no la veo. Ven aquí, ven aquí.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Ok. Uy. ¿Qué soy? ¿Un tiburón en la montaña? ¡Ah!
I rolled off a cliff and into the
Casi nos
ocean.
atropellan.
Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper and it tasted
Uy,
really
pobrecita.
good.
¿Hacia dónde vamos? Ah, ahí sigue.
Grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Oh, y ahora somos un gusano. Seattle.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Ok, somos un monstruo.
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
¿Qué nos vamos a comer esta persona? ¡Ah!
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
O sea, sí, pero no. ¿El capitán está borracho? Ah, no. Y ahora el capitán. ¿Vamos por aquí? Se va a salvar esa gaviota.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And to cross the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
Algo apetitoso.
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Que me deslicé por la arena y el agradable aroma me llevó hasta una vieja tubería. Ok, salimos por el retrete.
I got closer and closer.
Ah, nos vamos a comer a nosotros mismos. ¿Cuenta como canibalismo? Mira, tenemos un modelo de granja miniatura. A ver si nos podemos meter. No. No.
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Y el monstruo está ahí esperándola. Y se la comió.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Uy, vamos a hacer lo mismo que Molly. No me suena que sea la mejor idea.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories.
Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
Ok, podemos ver la sala desde aquí. Tenían televisión satelital.
I spent a lot of time in Great Grandma Edie's room.
¿Qué es la habitación de su bisabuela?
Her room was like a museum.
Odin.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune. And
Ok,
misfortune.
tenían desgracia y desgracia. Fortuna y desgracia.
Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse. His wife Ingeborg and their newborn son.
Su esposa y su hijo murieron.
On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
¿Quién le quedaba en la familia si su esposa y su hijo murieron? No mencionan a nadie más. Ah, bueno, Molly.
But 40-foot waves off the coast
Ahí
of
estaban.
Washington send the house and Odin to
Ya
the bottom
estaban
of
por
the sea.
llegar a América. A 12 metros.
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island.
Ah, Edie, la hija de Odin, con su marido Sven y su bebé Molly. Entonces ya no llegó el Odin. Odin ya no llegó.
Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
¿Cómo salgo?
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
En el 37. 10 años después murió Molly. Los misterios de la muerte y el más allá. Y Eddie. Una casita. Qué bonita está.
Lewis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Pero no había dicho que Edith que lo último que estaba haciendo era un retrato de ella misma. O sea, de Edith Jr.
Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old
Ok,
ones.
tal vez se refería a este cuadro. De ahí venimos.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
Un nombre top. El otro que dice Druid World.
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time. One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie
Estamos en una
refused to
isla. Ah, sí,
go.
porque
For a few weeks, she was a
llegamos por
celebrity.
bote. Mujer de 72 años no quiere evacuar por el incendio forestal. Ok, construida en 1937.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed.
Ah, era un tobogán.
She could have, but she didn't.
Un tobogán de dragón que vimos al inicio. Sven. Sí, aquí está. ¿Es la foto del accidente? Ok. Este fue Sven. ¿No lo vamos a marcar en nuestro diario?
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Edie tenía un alma joven.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Ok, Ok, la primera esposa de Sam.
It was a pretty big trace.
Oye, Edith, la abuela Edith ya tenía que bañarse en silla. Tenía muchos juguetitos. ¿La llave no la habíamos usado ya o es la misma llave para todos los candados? Si hay un secreto en este baño. Ahí es un dibujo del baño con el mismo libro que estamos abriendo en este momento.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look.
Ok.
It isn't in the
Está en el
cupboard.
armario.
It's hidden in this book. Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Ok, tiene su cuarto oscuro aquí. Ah, mira, ahí estoy yo abajo. Calvin Finch. Otra vez los dibujos de Milton. Good. Ok, los dos hermanos. Ah, mira, el parque nacional se llama Edith Finch. Edith Finch. Qué bonito diseño. Un poco peligroso para un niño, pero... Ok, él se enlistó.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked
Nunca
about
hablaba
it.
de él. Iban midiendo aproximadamente lo mismo y luego ya solamente quedó Sam. Y a Calvin solamente le gustaban el espacio. Me llevaría mejor con Calvin que con Sam.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Botón.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did.
Ok.
At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't.
¿Que Bárbara era su hermana?
I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready!
Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
¿Me acerqué a volar? Uy, incluso así siento el vértigo.
I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
¿Sí será posible hacerlo?
Calvin, I'm not gonna
¿Girar
do it
completo?
again.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up.
Que nos impulsó el aire.
Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind.
Ah. No sé cómo darnos más el pulso. ¿Qué nos falta? ¿Qué nos falta? Solo llegamos hasta ahí.
That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Vamos, Calvin, tú puedes. Ay, casi, casi. ¡Ay, lo logramos!
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Uy, salió volando por el acantilado.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Sí, supongo que todos lo intentamos alguna vez. Ok, este fue Calvin.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Y la abuela. Bueno, acordonar no creo que...
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Pues sí, eran gemelos, hacían todos juntos, ¿no? Sí, ya no volvería yo tampoco. Ok, una calabaza ahí.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
¿Qué hay aquí? Ah, por aquí salimos a donde estábamos al inicio. Vamos aquí a la calabaza. Ah, es la casa de Milton.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
La niña estrella, pues supongo que sí lo era, ¿no? Sí ganó un premio por ahí, tiene varios premios. Ah, su muñeca. Pues sí, sí. Sí creo mercancía. Bárbara.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Ok, Ok, tenía sus pósters.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been.
Uy.
But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just to boost her career.
Ok.
Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick
20
had
minutos.
returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box.
¿Cómo lo hacemos nosotras? A ver.
And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Rick? Are you okay? This isn't funny.
Ok, vamos a ver si Rick está bien. Ahí está su muleta.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Uy, mano con sangre.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Empaló y engulló a su familia. Ok, es la sierra con la que se accidentó el papá. Y aquí hay más.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh, vaya.
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the Late Late Picture Show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Walter Finch.
Walter, are you there?
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and... was speechless. He was quite smashing. And there he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
Al túnel.
That night, she played her part beautifully.
¿Qué el cuarto de Molly? ¿Ya tenía el altar? Ah, todavía no. Ah, ¿todavía estaban sellados los cuartos?
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Ya no está.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... Someone at the door was dying to speak to young Barbara. At the door, she heard whispering.
Okay.
It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
¿No quieres ver las orejas al lobo? La parte de atrás es la oreja.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Ok. Esa fue la historia de Bárbara. ¿Por dónde habíamos entrado?
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Vaya que sí. Ahora ya sabemos cómo abrir. Ah, mira, y aquí está reparado. ¿Este sí tiene algo de real la historia? Entonces la mató Rick, ¿no? Quiero creer. Ok. Y hay que seguir girando y girando y girando y girando. Ok, su centro de lavado. Aquí hacia los retratos.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Ok, sí hay mucho material que puede estar oxidado aquí.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
Ok. Aquí sí,
I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
sí está el refrigerador de la historia.
It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
Ok. ¿Qué ocultaba Edie?
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
¿Estuvo aquí Walter? Uy, tuvo que haber ido a terapia, yo creo. Tiene sus flores falsas, su ventana falsa. 2005.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
30 años.
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane.
Ok, tiene su rutina.
Having a schedule, living for today.
Comiendo duraznos.
I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just
ya no llegó el monstruo.
Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
¿Por qué no subió a la parte de arriba de la casa?
I know it's out there, somewhere.
Alvin O's cereal extra crujiente.
Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me.
Ok, estamos afuera.
Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month, or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
Sí, está raro que nadie quisiera ayudarlo todo ese tiempo. Pero ya era un hombre viejo.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Después de una semana, volvió el tren justo cuando él estaba fuera.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive.
Enterrar algo que sigue vivo.
Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Puede ser. Nos mentalizamos. Uy, pero el mar ya se está llevando todo esto de aquí. No tarda en caerse la casa también. Y el colapsar el cementerio ya está, de hecho, carcomido, erosionado.
I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family.
Antes tenían un tótem gigante.
And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Creo que la gente de esas historias cree en ellas, no estoy seguro. Por ejemplo, Calvin, que no se ha muerto, Bárbara, Molly, ellos todavía no tenían la maldición. Y la única que han mostrado con miedo es a la mamá. ¿Algo de este lado?
And when you look at the house, had that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible. I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it.
¿Se acostumbraron a la muerte? Puede ser.
What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
A veces justo cuando llegaron murió Odin, ¿no? Había que construir el cementerio.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the
Oh.
one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Aquí también deberían poner no nada más eso, sino quién era el dueño. Tasurpi, Lurpi, Furpi, Churpi, Burpi, Durpi y Durpi Jr. Tazoe, Coco, Tucker, Charlie, Daisy y Lucy. De este lado hay algo. Oliver, Shadow, Christopher, Bob, Shatsy. Sabemos que Christopher es el de Molly, ¿no?
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Molly Finch. Calvin. Sven. Edie ya había diseñado su propia tumba. Walter. Es una personita. ¿Por qué habría sido este el diseño de Walter? Porque vivía en una cueva. Aunque... Ah, bueno, sí, esto asemeja el túnel, ¿no?, en el que pasó el tren. Y donde lo atropellaron. Barbara Finch, casi sin diseño. No le metió mucho diseño mucho empeño.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
Ok, Odin y su esposa.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand.
Ah, todavía nos falta... ¿Hay que volver o...? Pensé que hay que seguir por aquí abajo.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
¿Hay algo más que ver? No. Pues ya duró varios años los restos de la casa ahí.
But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
Gregory, Sam.
Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
And Gus. Pero Edith todavía estaba viva. ¿Por qué no diseñó también estas tumbas? Aquí tenemos a Milton, Sanjay, Lewis.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday. And find everything out.
Pues sí, si te dio la llave, claramente quería que volvieras.
But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Bueno, eso es negligencia de tu parte. Hay unas escaleras.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense.
Muy intensos.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
¿Qué? ¿Era un cazador? Sam.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
What? Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it?
Edith Finch Trail.
Please just take the damn picture.
Hey,
¿Qué estamos
language.
tomando? Ah,
I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay,
uy,
got
cerró
it.
los ojos.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
¿Qué tenemos por aquí?
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though. Aw.
¿Qué más hay por ahí? Esta parte del campamento. ¿Qué hay que tomar? Ah,
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Hold still while I take a picture of you.
I definitely won't be moving.
Are you done?
Hey!
That's a keeper.
Nothing quite like being outside. I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire.
Dad!
Good eyes, Don. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of it.
ok, ¿dónde estamos? No.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus on your target.
Uy, qué horror.
Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Don! I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay?
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so-
normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about—
Dad!
Uy, no fue tan cuidadoso.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Pero la más dolorosa para su mamá, no creo que te la fuera a contar. Ok, se fue Sam. Su abuelo.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Y vivió bastante tiempo. Ok. ¿Por dónde continuamos? Ok, no parece muy seguro aquí.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Gregory. Contrato de divorcio.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Gregory, it's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw. He reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination.
No sé muy bien cómo manejar.
Whatever it was, he saw.
¿Cómo manejar esta rana?
It sure made him happy.
No sé muy bien cómo hacerlo. Dice que vayamos hacia la ballena, pero no puedo. Ya no están mis pies.
I know how silly it sounds. that I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
I wish he could have told us about the world he saw. Hey, there's so much I don't understand about Gregory.
¿Somos la rana?
But I know what happened wasn't your fault.
Uy, pues sí fue un poco de negligencia.
I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Pobre Gregory. ¿Qué más tenemos por acá? Cama vacía.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
Gus.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
Ooh.
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I now pronounce you.
¿Qué madrastra?
And wife. You may kiss the bride.
Acá veo las letras. Ah, cuando el tótem todavía estaba abierto. O sea, no se había caído.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Ok, no quiso fotos.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Ok, se acerca una tormenta.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
Es que uno no cree que vaya a ser una lluvia tan fuerte, ¿no?
The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Bueno, el diálogo dice que suban el volumen de la música, ¿no? No nada de cerveza.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
Uy, los escombros se lo llevaron.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Gus es hijo de Sam y de Kay. Aunque Kay es mamá de Gregory, ¿no? Y ahorita ya se habían divorciado y Sam se estaba casando con otra persona. Okay.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get. Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Eso es súper peligroso.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Ok, de Calcuta, en que la India. Sanjay. ¿Y esto es para algo? Nada más bajamos, ¿no? Vamos a abrir esta ventana.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later.
Uy, esto ya se está cayendo a pedazos.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go.
Ok, Sanjay murió.
I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Y entonces volvió a la casa.
And to see kids in the house again.
O sea, volvió con sus 3 hijos, Milton, Edith y Lewis.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
Porque no reusaron los cuartos, prefirieron construir nuevos.
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Ok, también tiene su escuela en casa.
But it didn't last.
No duró.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Ok. Cumpleaños número 10. También a los 10 murió Molly, ¿no? Que era un muy buen,
I think Edie was happy to finally have another painter.
era muy buen dibujante, pintor.
Milton Finch in
El pincel mágico. Ok.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
¿Qué le habrá pasado?
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Sí, pero igual como la casa es tan...
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
tan laberíntica que igual y se cayó en un espacio entre las puertas, entre las habitaciones, ¿no?
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself.
No veo cómo Edie puede ser la culpable.
After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Ah, sí, que trabaja en la pescadería. Aquí no hay escaleras. Esto se ve bien peligroso. Como, ¿por qué vendrías aquí embarazada?
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
A Luis le gustaba tranquilizarse y la recreación, los videojuegos, las películas.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander.
Yo no tengo tanta coordinación, vamos a hacer una y luego vamos a hacer otra.
I asked him to describe it.
A ver si podemos hacer las
He
dos.
said he started small.
No. El pescado.
Imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved.
¿No se movió en su laberinto?
Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery.
Okay, soñando despierta en la fábrica de enlatados.
I spoke with his boss. but he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play.
Que nuestra ciudad,
He talked about starting a band.
nuestra ciudad imaginaria está creciendo.
And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever.
¿Dónde estoy? Eso me pasa por querer hacer dos cosas al mismo tiempo.
Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor, and he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
Estamos en Luistopia.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis.
San Luis.
He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
Uy, ya se quedó aquí.
In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a
Vamos a ir por una apuesta reina. Una apuesta reina.
handsome queen. queen was on her own quest for...
Uy, la reina, digamos que es una luchadora de serpientes siniestras.
Sinister serpents. He followed the sound of her.
Que toca una arpa de plata.
Silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
¿Es esta nuestra reina?
He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it.
Uy, ya ni vemos nada.
In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
Pues su imaginación está muy activa, está muy bonito este castillo. Un palacio, ¿no?
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
¿Por qué no lo medicaron? Estamos en el mundo real. Nuestro Locas. Ah, Palacio Imperial. Ah, de ahí sacó la idea. Es los que le daban comida china.
Began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Pues si nadie quiere estar en la vida real, ¿no? Cuando la imaginación puede llevarnos a cualquier lado.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Finch.
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
Ooh.
The palace would be packed with his companions.
Ah, pero seguimos en la esta de la pescadería.
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him.
Ahí está el gato Molly. Su familia no fue a la coronación.
His queen waited, holding his crown. There's only one thing left to do. Bend down his head.
Uy.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Pobre Luis.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
¿Quién nos falta? Edie nada más, ¿no? Edie y Don.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing.
Ok.
She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie.
Bueno.
I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or
Que todo
harder.
estaba lleno de cajas. Claramente Edie se podía oler que ya se iban.
I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
Y aquí hay otra casa totalmente... Qué miedo vivir aquí arriba. Ahí está la torre de Milton.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Este es el cuarto de la mamá. Ah, tiene un libro.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe I should have
Y
come
nuestro
sooner.
cuarto.
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Ok. Misterio de la última noche. ¿Por qué se fueron rápidamente? Aquí está la casa hecha de papel. Son los muñequitos que están ahorita con Luis. Bueno, que estuvieron con Luis. ¿De dónde habrán salido?
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Bueno, ya todos habían acabado de comer. Hay un regalo para nosotros.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty.
¿Pero por qué les cortaron la luz?
When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
Ok, otra entrada. Oye, aparte tener una librería. O sea, después de toda...
The thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house.
Una biblioteca, todavía que tiene toda la casa llena de libros.
Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight.
¿Pero por qué tendrían la culpa las historias?
We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. I started seeing things.
Ok, si no se ve nada.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again.
Bueno, estaba mezclando medicina con alcohol.
The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
Sí.
After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it.
Okay.
A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly.
¿Qué habrá sido? ¿Cáncer?
She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone.
No, no tuvo hijos, tuvo toda una vida.
The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out.
Vamos a morir en el parto. Bueno, la familia sigue, ¿no? El nombre Finch.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Tuvo un niño. Y volvió a la casa el niño. Entonces, ¿quién se está haciendo el cargo? ¿El papá? Me gustó cómo nos va explicando las historias, como cada historia tiene un arte distinta. Creo que hay una maldición, no. Creo que muchas cosas fueron negligencia, muchas cosas pues son la vida pasando. Muchos de ellos vivieron vidas largas, bueno, relativamente largas, tuvieron hijos, viajaron, vivieron su vida. Y finalmente murieron por algún accidente o alguna razón, pero creo que no como tal no es una maldición. Pero me gusta lo que implican aquí, lo que implicó, creo que es Edith la que... Bueno, creo que no es Edith, porque la que más se le pone énfasis a que haya una maldición es la mamá, es Dawn. Una vez que empieza a perder a sus hijos, ¿no? Y pues con mucho sentido. Pues en general me gustó mucho. Y pues sería todo por este video. Si les gustó, por favor suscríbanse, denle like y dejen algún comentario, ayuda mucho al canal. Y pues sería todo por este video. Muchas gracias y hasta luego. Bye.